Today is Friday, October 16. Chosen. We are chosen. Chosen before the foundation of the world. To be one with God, to live our lives in God, blessed by God. This is not an ex post facto reward for our own efforts, but a blessing conferred on us before we were born by God to be God's own, one like God and with God and in God. It's no wonder the people flocked to Jesus. Thousands of people, the original Greek text says, poor, suffering people trampling one another in their desperation to hear words of affirmation and encouragement. Do not be afraid, Jesus reminds them. You are worth more than many sparrows, each of which receives the Father's personal attention and care. Silly Adam and Eve thinking that they could be gods, independent of God, and so prosper as affluent Washingtonians through their own efforts. In talking to the crowds, Jesus also calls out the religious elite for their hypocrisy. But he warns the crowd there is something worse than being ignored and made sick unto death by your own religious elite. What is worse, he says, is creating for yourselves an interior hell by forgetting your divine origin. If you take on as your personal identity the hypocritical disparagement of your religious elite and the degradation of your own poverty, he reminds them, then you will have lived out Jean-Paul Sartre's observation 2 millennia later, the hell is other people. Jesus, and the author of the letter of the Ephesians, offers you and me this same message today, and not a moment too soon. Our hypocritical rulers are seating a new Supreme Court justice only weeks before the election. And the president's tax returns may soon be public, proving Jesus right, that things said in darkness will be heard in the light. The moment of our salvation comes when we hear with new clarity that we are chosen by God from the foundations of the world. At first, the voice may be tiny, but if we listen closely and attentively, it will grow. And that growing realization of chosenness can cast out our inner hell so that we can live in interior peace. This peace is our stepping stone to help other people hear of their own chosenness and to fight that all injustice will cease. Do not be afraid, Jesus says. Listen, believe, and vote.